Popeyes is now open on Marshall Street. I spoke with a Popeyes employee to find out how they prepare for opening day.
Veterans Day is an opportunity for us to remind society more broadly of that service and sacrifice.
Plus, Syracuse University honoring Veterans Day this year. We've got reporters covering all the events happening today.
But this is so rare that this is unheard of within the zoos, not just across the United States and the Americas, but worldwide.
And I'm here, the Rosamond history has been made. More start.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Where Acropolis Pizza once stood is now a popular fast food chain. Hello and welcome to an early edition of News Live at 6. I'm Chilekasi, Adele.
And I'm Ashley Wenskoski. Popeyes opened on Marshall Street this morning and will remain open until 12 o'clock tonight. We'll start our coverage with CitrusTV reporter Zach Richter, who is live at that Popeyes right now with the latest. Zach?
Good evening, guys. People have been coming in and out here all day today, as it's more than just a normal day here at Popeyes. It's a celebration. It's opening day for this location, and part of the Popeyes staff has been standing on the street through the rain today, handing out t-shirts to customers walking by. The excitement is here, and CitrusTV spoke with a Popeyes employee earlier today.
Popeyes Louisiana Kitchen on Marshall Street in front of Syracuse University. Downtown Syracuse. Just happy to be here and happy to be open.
As of 9 a.m. this morning, Popeyes on Marshall Street opened its doors for the first time, and SU students couldn't be more excited to get their first taste of the Louisiana chicken.
I'm so excited for Popeyes to be open. It's so close to Whitman. I love fried chicken. I cannot wait. Fried chicken and buttermilk ranch is key.
I'm super excited that Popeyes is here. It's a great, quick, cheap, easy sandwich.
Popeyes will be open 7 days a week, opening every day at 9 a.m. Cameron says they don't have a specific closing time set yet, but the earliest they would close is 11 p.m., and they will be experimenting staying open till 3 a.m. on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights.
Not specific. It really depends on the customers. I mean, college kids are going to be up a little bit later at night, we expect. So it really depends on, I guess, how it's perceived and how the customers are coming in and out. But happy to just serve chicken. If chicken is needed, we'll be here.
SU student David Zeng believes Popeyes will finally bring a larger selection of food to Marshall Street.
So I would say Popeyes actually created new opportunities for the students to grab some fast and cheap and also high quality food when we are actually here on campus. So it's actually a very good thing for us.
Yeah, and I actually just ordered myself, I couldn't help it, the classic Popeyes chicken sandwich, so I mean I have to try it. It's good. From Popeyes on Marshall Street tonight, Zach Richter, CitrusTV News.
You smell that, guys? That's the chicken. Oh, man. Zach, thank you. The last football game of the season is tomorrow, and fans are encouraged to bring their spirit and an extra coat. Operation Orange Warm-Up is collecting new coats at the game starting 2 hours before kickoff at multiple points around the dome. Children's coats are in high demand as they outgrow them every year. The coats will be distributed to those in need in our community, and after the game, coats can still be donated at Hendricks Chapel and the Nancy Cantor Warehouse.
Applications are now open for the Mark and Pearl Clements Internship Award. The award provides financial assistance to juniors and above to help them with costs relating to internships. Applicants are required to submit a staff or faculty sponsor letter, a handshake application, a Clements Internship Award Qualtrics survey, and more by February 1st. Students can look at the Syracuse University Career Services Clements Internships Award webpage for more details.
Happening right now, the Morton Shift Jazz Ensemble and Jazz Combo is performing in the Schaefer Art Building Sheeman Auditorium. The concert is part of the Setner Ensemble series and is being live streamed on Instagram and Facebook for students who can't attend in person.
And a number of veterans and active duty members gathered at the NVRC for the annual Veterans Day ceremony. From music performances to speakers, the event honored those in uniform. Our reporter Teagan Brown is live from outside of the NVRC with more. Teagan?
Chile and Ashley, the auditorium next to me in the NVRC was full of people today, including those who had served in the military for decades and those who were in active duty right now. Syracuse University is home to the best program for veterans in the country, and those who spoke at today's event said that they were very grateful to work with these students and their families.
It's not work to do when you get to walk across campus and tell a student why they should be here, when you have an opportunity to tell a student veteran why they should be here, and you've lived this experience as well.
They and their families have made a great commitment. They have demonstrated extreme selflessness in being part of the 1% of our population that provides those who wear the uniform.
Only 7% of those in the United States population right now are those who are veterans, and only 1% of those in the population are those who are currently serving. Out of the speakers today, one of them said that every single day is Veterans Day. Guys, back to you.
Teagan, thank you. Veterans Day is a federal holiday, but there are still many places open for business. Most restaurants and stores, including Walmart and Target, are keeping their regular hours. Destiny is open until 9 p.m. tonight. The post office is closed, so don't expect any mail today, and most banks are also closed. But you won't need to stop at the bank to pay for parking because it is free today on all Syracuse City meters, Ashley.
That's right, Chile. And new tonight, SU Vice Chancellor Mike Haynie speaks with Citrus TV about the impact of Veterans Day, Micron, and COVID on SU's community. Here's Citrus TV's John Perik with the exclusive interview.
In an exclusive one-on-one interview, SU Vice Chancellor Mike Haynie addressed the importance of patriotism.
If you think about an all-volunteer military, you can't sustain it if all Americans broadly don't recognize and appreciate the sacrifice of that small minority.
Veterans Day comes a year following the commemoration of Syracuse University's National Veterans Resource Center.
The team here at Syracuse, it's actually the largest veteran-serving program outside the federal government in all of the United States, and it quietly exists here right at Syracuse University.
Other issues we discussed include the impact Micron will have on the university.
And honestly, when we look at SU students, particularly students coming out of our College of Engineering and our I-School and students here studying STEM, it might be one of the first times that we can authentically look them in the eye and say there's a reason for you to stay here in Central New York.
The conversation then turned to COVID-19, which a year ago was surging on campus. Now, restrictions are gone.
I don't necessarily personally see cause for us to do anything different than we're doing now.
After 2 years of guiding Syracuse through a global pandemic, the masks are off. And with the MVRC thriving and new opportunities on the horizon with Micron, Vice Chancellor Haynie can finally take a breath of fresh air. In Syracuse, John Perik, Citrus TV News.
John, thank you. Now, Chile, I know that at least on my way here, it was pouring rain, and my hair got ruined. It was a whole thing.
And you saw Nicole was trying to do that. We call it a little teaser before we start the show, and she was breaking out rain all over. And they had that singing in the rain song. It's more like reporting in the rain.
Reporting in the rain today. Citrus TV's Dylan Brendel has more on the weather.
Guys, I'm happy to be in studio for sure because right now it's 63 degrees, which isn't too bad. But of course, all that rain coming down all throughout the day, it's put a real big damper on the day. 9-mile-per-hour winds, so not too chilly out, but definitely the rain making an impact. As we look around the region, everybody else is pretty much in the same boat. Syracuse right there in the middle at 63 degrees, lows in Fulton and Rome and Rochester up north, and then down south, Ithaca and Elmira have the highs in the low mid-60s. As we look into tonight, 56 degrees, not too cold at all, but definitely keep that umbrella with you because it's going to keep raining. I don't have any good news on that front at all. 8-mile-per-hour winds, so not too bad if you have late night plans, but definitely keep that umbrella because it's going to be a wet one. Guys, back to you.
Dylan, thank you. Still ahead, the latest on the historic moment at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo.
Plus, the race for state senate in New York's 50th district is still too close to call today. We'll be right back. Stick with us.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the CitrusTV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at CitrusTV News, your campus news leader.
Time is now 5:12. Welcome back to Citrus TV News. Let's continue our coverage on the history made at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo. Not one, but two twin elephants born late last month. Our Nicole Aponte joining us live from the zoo now. Nicole, there must have been a lot of preparation for this birth, right?
Chile, this birth has made history, not only in our backyard, but across the nation. Now, as we reported, elephant twins were born to parents, Molly and Doc, late last month. But let's talk about how rare this actually is. Now, out of all elephant births in the entire world, less than 1% are twins. And out of that 1%, twins are usually too weak to survive or are stillborn. Take a look at your screen, though. You're looking at the first two elephant twins to survive a birth like this. The only successful twin births ever reported have been in Africa and Asia. The team preparing to help Molly didn't anticipate to help deliver two baby elephants. The first calf came out around 2 in the morning, the other 10 hours later, both weighing over 200 pounds. But the work isn't over yet.
This is such uncharted territory, twins and elephants, and our big concern now is whether mom, Molly, is going to produce enough milk to sustain two.
Some good news for our elephant connoisseurs and anyone in all of these miracle twins. Molly and her two boys are doing well. A fun fact for you all at home, though, they're actually third generation in that elephant herd. You can see these remarkable twins in action every single day, weather permitting, from 11:30 to 2:30. For now, we're live from the Rosamond Gifford Zoo. I'm Nicole Aponte, Citrus TV News. Guys?
Nicole, thank you. The city of Syracuse will hold its annual tree lighting ceremony in Clinton Square in 2 weeks' time. The 42-foot artificial tree will be lit the day after Thanksgiving by Mayor Ben Walsh, Deputy Mayor Sharon Owens, and 3 local children selected through the City Parks Department's Winter Art Contest.
Kids between the ages of 4 and 12 can submit their winter-themed drawings to the Syracuse Parks Department. Submissions must be in by next Friday at 5 p.m. to help kick off the holiday season.
The latest in New York's 50th District Senate race. The race is still too close to call today as Republican challenger Rebecca Sheeroff leads the incumbent state senator Democrat John Mannion. Sheeroff has a 396-vote lead, but according to election officials from both parties, the race could still go either way.
There are still a few thousand absentee and affidavit ballots yet to be counted. Additionally, a state law requires a hand recount on any race within half a percentage point. Currently, Sheeroff's lead is just 0.3%.
A New York office of the Puerto Rico Federal Affairs Administration is opening in the Empire State. Governor Kathy Hochul, Puerto Rico Governor Pedro Pierluisi, and Congressman Richie Torres made the announcement earlier today.
The office's goal is to help Puerto Ricans living in New York and surrounding states obtain records needed to access government benefits and services.
A housing
Our view
bill.
is Puerto Rico needs help, we're here. And it's going to continue for the next 4 years as the governor as well. And it's for many reasons, but the fact that over 1 million Puerto Ricans call New York home is a huge point of pride for all of us. So we're always going to be there.
A housing boom in upstate New York might be coming to an end. A report from economists at the Federal Reserve found that upstate home prices increased by 30% since the beginning of the COVID-19 pandemic.
That surge is largely attributed to the increase in remote work and New York City residents moving as a result of the pandemic. However, those price increases are expected to slow as mortgage rates rise as a result of the Fed attempting to curb inflation.
In New York this weekend, bracing for widespread rain and high winds from Tropical Depression Nicole. The downgraded storm slammed into Florida earlier this week and is slowly making its way up the Northeast tonight.
The New York State Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Services says they've been preparing for this storm. The division is currently making sure towns across the state have resources to deal with the weather. But Dylan, how bad is the storm going to impact us here in Syracuse?
Thanks, guys. I'll have all of that when we come back in just a few moments. Stay with us.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with 2 buckles? What do you even need 2 buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at the 5-day forecast coming up. It's going to be a wet week. I hate to break it to you. Saturday, showers not too bad temperature-wise, 65, 54 the low, not too bad at all, but showers all throughout the day. Sunday, you can expect pretty much the same thing. Cooling down, you'll see drop of 32, a little bit of possibly rain early in the morning, late at night, but during the day you should have some sun. And then as we get into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the first hints of snow, significant snow possibly, finally here in November, 42 degrees, just around that freezing mark. So the days might be rain, might be snow. We're gonna be kind of balancing that as we go through the start of the week with a lot of rain coming. And a lot of that rain is coming from this tropical storm Nicole. You can see Syracuse right there in the middle of your map in that dark green area. That's a representation of all the rain that is coming. Tropical storm Nicole is bringing up into central New York what might be more rain than we've seen in the past 6 weeks combined. We've had a historically warm and dry late fall in Syracuse, but as you saw, up to 4 inches could be headed our way through today and tomorrow. Now the flood risk is something to watch, but the National Weather Service is listing the threat as low. That's because right now the ground is dry and the water system levels are low, so there's capacity available to hold the rain in most areas. So not a lot of sun in my forecast, but Trey, is it any brighter over there in sports?
Dylan, not so much. Coming up in sports, Syracuse football is looking to bounce back, but the Orange will need some help from Sean Tucker if they want to snap a 3-game losing streak. That's next in sports.
Pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
I spy something beginning with S.
Snow?
No.
Snow-covered trees.
Nothing to do with snow.
Head outside to discover incredible animals and beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure.
Wow.
So grab your loved ones.
Don't even.
And explore a world of possibilities.
Come on, this way.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Syracuse football is on a 3-game skin, and a big reason why we have not seen much of number 34. Happy Veterans Day and welcome into sports. I'm Trey Redfield. The Orange in the past 3 games have not seen Sean Tucker eclipse 75 rushing yards. And it's Cuse head coach Dino Babers that says getting the ball to RB1 is a complicated game of cat and mouse.
Well, the cat and mouse game is A, he's a good player. B, we want to get him the ball. C, they know he's a good player and they know we want to get him the ball. So now it comes down to, hey, we've got to find a way to be productive in those touches, even though they know those touches are coming. And that's the cat and mouse game.
And it's a game Tucker and Syracuse were successful in last year against Florida State, which is tomorrow's opponent. The sophomore tallied 102 yards on the ground in a heartbreaking loss down in Tallahassee. Now 23rd ranked FSU comes into the Dome for the first time in 4 years. Find out how Tucker gets around Florida State at 8 tomorrow. Follow me on Twitter at Trey_Redfield for live updates. Orange Press Pass begins at 1 a.m. right here on OTN. Syracuse field hockey lives to see another day. The Orange took down Princeton 5-2 this afternoon thanks to a pair of goals scored in the fourth quarter. Charlotte DeVries and Karina Koeman struck again. The two combined for a couple of goals and assists. Next up for the Orange is third-seeded Maryland on Sunday at 1. Follow Citrus TV field hockey beat reporter Skylar Wilkes at SWilkes04 for live updates between the Cuse and the Terps. Syracuse ice hockey is back on the road to face Princeton this weekend. Last year, the Tigers came to Central New York taking a home win and a tie against the Orange. SU is 4-0 in CHA play, but out of conference has been kind of tough. Cuse is 1-7-1 against teams not in the conference, but puck drop between Syracuse and Princeton is set for 6 p.m. Be sure to follow our sports director and Citrus TV women's ice hockey beat reporter Ryan Nelson on Twitter at RTNelson18 for live updates between the Cuse and the Tigers. The best part of the year has come. It's time for sectional championships. Today and Sunday, high schools in Section 3 will be crowned champions inside the Dome with an opportunity to continue their run to a state title. Morrisville Eaton took down Frankfort Schuyler in the 8-man sectional championship earlier today, 30-28. Another barn burner in the 8-man class. Back-to-back years since we've seen that. In Class D, Dolgeville is pacing Beaver River by 3 possessions with less than 2 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And finally, Fayetteville Manlius, after being upset by Christian Brothers Academy, who's the defending state champion last year in the Class A semis, look for sectional supremacy against West Genesee in about 30 minutes.
You know, Trey, I'd give a lot to be able to play a high school football championship game in such a nice place.
It'd be a ton of fun, isn't it? State championship, too.
Yeah. Missing those days.
In the Dome. And you know who's coming to the Dome tomorrow? Florida State, as you mentioned. What are your predictions for the game?
It's not going to be pretty once again. That's what I'm going to go with. Florida State's one of the hottest teams in the ACC right now, guys. Been flirting with the top 25. Now the Seminoles are 23rd in the nation. Jordan Travis is one of the hottest quarterbacks in the ACC. I'm taking the Seminoles by a couple of possessions, which is unfortunate because not only is it Military Appreciation Night, it's senior night for the Orange as well.
Hate to hear it.
And you got men's soccer on Sunday, too, playing for the ACC Championship.
It's going to be a ton of fun. Andrew Selliver has all of that covered. He's been one of our best beat reporters this season. You can follow him on Twitter at Andrew Selliver for live updates when Cuse heads down to Cary.
Well, Trey, thank you. When we come back, we'll take one last look at your weather. Stick with us.
They call me Maxie, but I prefer tripod. I was your above-average four-legged homie and then wham-bam minivan. Some people pity me. Now that's lame. I still run, fetch, and swim. And the ladies love me. I'm the ultimate wingman. Just don't ask me to high five.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. Let's take a look at your wake up weather for tomorrow. 54 degrees isn't too bad. We're still kind of riding that last bit of the high of the November warmness that we've been seeing. 20% chance of rain. That's a little bit scary in the morning, but hopefully it'll stick around and we'll have a little bit of sunshine during the day. Umbrellas later in the night. 13-mile-per-hour winds, so a little gusty if you have any morning plans, but it should shape up to be a pretty decent morning before a really wet week. Guys?
Yeah.
Hate to hear it with all the rain, Dylan. You know, we've been spoiled with such a nice fall.
We have been very spoiled, and unfortunately, we have to come back down to earth at some point.
The chickens are coming home to roost, indeed. Well, we end our show tonight with some good news. The baby red panda at the Rosamond Gifford Zoo has a name.
The zoo held a poll for 4 names and chose the winner this week, and her name is now Raji.
Should have been Trey Redfield.
Wow. Why would you name a panda after me?
Why not?
I mean, it's a good idea, but at the same time, someone's going to be like, yeah, what's this panda's name? It's like, oh, yeah, it's Trey Redfield.
I mean, it's
not a lot of people know who that is, though.
It's a red panda. You're in red.
You're in the red. They should name it Ashley.
Well, I feel
Why
like
would they
Trey
name a
Redfield's
female
more
panda
catchy.
Trey Redfield? Why not? I'm a male.
That doesn't mean anything.
I mean, kind of. Kind of.
Trey could be whatever, you know, Trey could be any name.
Yeah. Well, what if they name it Dylan?
Well, it's Raji Redfield. It's like with the R.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Redfield and red suit.
I like that.
There you go.
Here we are.
And that'll do it for News Live at 6 tonight.
For more of the latest, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CitrusTV News.
Now for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Ashley Wenskoski.
And I'm Chilekasi, Adele, Juice and Java on tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Until then, good night.